Hey, what's up everybody? Rob Sower here with Sower Real Estate, Keller Williams Realty in Boise, up in the Coeur d'Alene office. Man, I can't believe that 2024 is basically over. I'm sure a lot of you guys are saying the same thing. Get this set up a little better. But yeah, it's unbelievable how time flies. I don't know. It seems to sneak up every time, but here we are. Hope you guys have great plans for Christmas, New Year's. Honestly, for me lately, we have had pretty much the entire household at my house is sick and has been for probably 2 weeks. Somehow I have at least made it so far without getting sick, and I'm hoping that I somehow miss it. But we've had coughing, fever, body aches, everything. It's kind of gone from cold, flu, all kinds of stuff. So hopefully you guys are not having to deal with that. And like I say, I'm optimistic that I'm going to make it through. So anyway. Okay, so speaking of the end of the year, we do have the magnet calendars coming out here pretty soon. So if you guys are on the mailing list, you should be getting one of those in the mail. We don't send a ton of them out, but to past clients and stuff, they're just kind of nice. Throw on your fridge in the garage or something like that. Yeah, so let's just, I guess, jump into the stats. So first I'm going to go over the Ada County stats. We have our typical chart here where we've got our, the red line being all the actives through each month of the year. The dark, or like the black line, is everything that closed. The lighter gray, everything that went under contract. And as you can see, we're really tailing off. So we are going from October, we had a little over 1,000 listings on the market. Now it's down to 850. And our inventory is down to 1.8 months. And that, I've kind of talked about this a little bit in some of the recent videos. It's kind of misleading to have the inventory be that low, kind of indicating this really strong seller's market, because the reality is that's not how it feels in the day-to-day. We're still seeing a lot of people do price reductions. We're seeing a lot of things stay on the market longer. And I've been kind of beating that drum for a little bit. I just like to kind of reemphasize it for each video because, I don't know. It's not like I get a ton of people watching the videos anyway. So if you watch this video and you haven't seen the last ones, at least now you know. So one other thing I wanted to point out is, as you can see, the average home sale price, we saw it go up, and we really had the peak in 2021, the COVID timeframe, and then it's really stayed pretty flat. We're a little over 3% appreciation so far for 2024, but if you notice, in 2023, we were down 3%, so it really pretty much cancels that out. As far as Kootenai County, North Idaho, really kind of the same old story, a little bit more seasonality up north because the winters tend to be a little bit more serious, so we don't have quite as many people putting their homes on the market. Like we're down, almost 10%, a little over 10% drop in the active listings on the market. And we're seeing new home builders are doing pretty big price reductions and that sort of thing. So again, you see these kinds of things for the inventory indicating that everything is more of a seller's market. But in a seller's market, you typically don't have like price reductions and longer times on the market. So, okay, let's see, what else do I have? Sorry, looking at my notes. So you guys all know YELP, right? I never really push getting reviews and that sort of thing. And recently I had a person that it wasn't like in my sphere, like it wasn't anyone that I really knew. I was called to go out and do a listing appointment, husband and wife, super nice, everything went great. And let's just say somehow things went a little bit wrong somewhere. I still really don't know how or what, and I'll get into this a little bit. I don't want to just go into it, too terribly much, but I, I'll just read you, after we kind of parted ways, I get this notification from Yelp that I got a review. And I was like, oh, weird, because I don't ask people to do reviews, although I probably should. Even without asking, I have like 10 reviews on Yelp, and they're all good except for this individual, this lady. She wrote a 1-star review, and I'll read it to you. It says, Rob was quick to get upset when asking questions regarding the process and documents. Highly discouraging when you were in such a vulnerable place. I still, when I read that, I'm kind of like, what in the world is going on? In this interaction, I'll just touch on this a little bit because I don't know if I did the right thing or not. I responded, and I basically said, I'm not perfect, but that's definitely not me. I mean, I've never gotten upset at a client or potential client. I may have, I might challenge someone a little bit, but I always try to be super diplomatic and everything. but apparently something went wrong here. And I do remember there was one instance in our conversations where she would not sign the property disclosure. Her and her husband, or the married couple, there's an old saying, 1 to buy, 2 to sell. And so I just send the documents for both of them to sign, and she didn't want to sign them. And so the husband's like, hey, can you talk to my wife? And I was like, sure, totally, I'll talk to her. So we start talking, and she says, well, I don't have to sign these documents. And I said, well, I'm pretty sure that you do. And she said, no, my attorney says I don't. And I'm like, whoa, an attorney? Okay, well, hey, let me see what, let me check on that. And so I checked with my broker. I called a real estate attorney that's a highly respected real estate attorney, called the title company. Everyone's telling me the same thing. She's gonna have to sign something. And we went through all the different iterations. So I said, great. And I call her back and I say, here's what I found out, blah, 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 and kind of run through it. And she says, no, I don't have to sign them. And I said, well, I just had a curiosity. And I pretty much said it just like that. I said, just out of curiosity, why don't you want to sign them? And at which point she accused me of trying to be a marriage counselor, blah, 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 hung up on me. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm not really sure what my point there is. I guess, how do you deal with stuff like that? Like, it's crazy to me that you can go on, you create a business page in Yelp, and you try to do business in a good, honest, like respectable fashion, and someone goes on there and just gives you a 1-star review. I don't know. Maybe nobody cares. I don't know if you guys think that was the right thing for me to do, to mention or to have a response. To me, it's the only thing you can do. Hey, if you guys want to go on and leave me a good review on Yelp, please do. But it's just, I don't know, it's just odd to me that people can go out there and they can literally say whatever. And I wouldn't have known about this if I didn't get a notification. Anyway, so I guess maybe the moral of the story is just be as careful as you can about who you come in contact with, and treat people as nice as you can. You never know what their circumstances are. And that's what I try to do. I try to just come across and give people solutions. That's what I thought I was doing in that situation. But anyway, it makes me laugh a little bit, but at the same time, it makes me kind of scratch my head. So hopefully none of you guys have to deal with that. Okay, that's it. That's my little spiel or real estate back end story for you guys. And hope you guys have a fantastic Christmas. I would love to hear any of your guys' plans of what you have going for 2025. If you have some big goals. I think for me, I'm just going to try to grow the business a little bit now that we have some foundation a little bit under us more for the new office in Coeur d'Alene and so forth. Had a really good 2024, so now it's time to grow that and work on a couple other things. So anyway, would love to hear from you guys what you have planned, and obviously if there's anything we can do to help in real estate, you know how to reach us. All right, thanks. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Bye.